Hi guys, and welcome to the Awakening Energy. Now, I know this is supposed to be a sales pitch, and when you study sales pitches, you have to sell all the fears and all the information that you are sucked into buying the course because you're missing out on this information or the fear factor of not getting it. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what this system is about. If you want to know what the actual curriculum is and everything we're going to look at, you can look down below. It's there, or you can obviously check out the page of the course, the front page, you'll see it. So this is a light body activation course. But what does that mean? If you know anything about Kundalini, there is this buzzword going around about Kundalini activation, awakening your Kundalini. When you awaken your Kundalini fully, not just an activation session, when you fully awaken it, you will then eventually, hopefully in time, start to become aware of your light body. Now, Kundalini is a yogic tradition. They say it has to be done by a guru, etc., etc. But yet, if the gurus only teach you about Kundalini awakening, Kundalini activation, they're not telling you the whole story. Because in shamanic traditions, we talk about the light body, which we can call, it's been also coined, sort of like the assemblage point. And this is the meeting of the lower and higher worlds. This assemblage point is connected to, it's like a bubble of energy around you. This bubble around you is your light body. It's a sixth dimensional energy. Within this, you have energy moving around and flowing on a sixth dimensional level within your light body, which then connects to all the streams outside your body. These connections can allow possibly for what the yogics call the siddhis, or psychic activations, psychic abilities. There are many names for them. By activating the light body first, we are actually going to open the chakras, open the Kundalini, which, as far as I am aware, is a much safer way to do it, because instead of trying to blast the energy through the Kundalini, we are working outwards in, so it's a far more gentle process. With that said, we do still have to work our egos, we do still have to do shadow work, we have to do the releasing of blockages to make this as safe as possible. What we are doing, we are activating the nadis, we are activating the meridian system. Doesn't matter which culture we look at. And in the course, you'll see I actually talk about different levels of different cultures and mix them together so we can sort of try and find the path through all the Chinese whispers that has mutated this information in different cultures. This energy, once activated, you can then use it for yourself. But this course is a facilitator's course. So it will actually enable you to be able to go and activate the light body, thus the chakras and the Kundalini of other people. There are Kundalini activation courses that don't teach you how to control the energy. And this is why a lot of people say these courses, possibly, I'm not making any claims, I'm not making any statements, but possibly there are dangers to them. You can see in these courses, some of them, they're sort of moving all the energy in the chakras and in theory. But basically, it is a person pushing energy through your system. Some people, if they can connect to you on an empathic level and truly feel your energy, this is a fairly safe thing. However, if this person is just coming from spiritual ego, claiming to be feeling those things, yet actually aren't, they're going to be pushing energy through your system however their ego sees fit. In light body activation, we're not going to be touching those things so directly. Therefore, we're letting the energy follow its natural path for the person you're facilitating the energy for, making it a much safer process. So I mentioned when you activate these things, you could possibly activate psychic abilities, you could possibly activate the siddhis. I'm making no claims, I'm making no promises, no guarantees. Each person is individual. Yet, by doing this, what we will be doing is connecting our clients to their inner self, their pure state. And people, when they receive this energy, a lot of comments are, apart from just, wow, that was amazing, it's more like, I feel at home once again in my body. By releasing these energies, obviously, they are healing energies. If everything I'm saying to you, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Perhaps you've heard of Reiki or quantum healing. At the end of the day, these are all different systems based around one system. The difference is the level and the dimension we are working in of the energy. And it also, depending on who you have received the energy from, the strength of that energy. Reiki, these days, has been passed down this lineage, and these lineages have turned into multiple lineages. And unfortunately, because the practitioners haven't practiced fully and got to the level of their masters, it has weakened over time. Now, I'm not saying every lineage is like that. And if you can find, I did Reiki, I'm a Reiki master. I've been a Reiki master for 20 years. I was one of the first people to be initiated as it came to the West. I was initiated into a very strong Reiki practice in a very short lineage from Usui. And so I know what Reiki is. And I know what Kundalini is. I've also done Kundalini activation. Kundalini is much stronger than Reiki. It's almost like Reiki on steroids, per se. Quantum healing, there are many different methods. Some are stronger than others. Is this course absolutely unique? Is it different? I've done my research. I've been researching this my entire life. I've always been connected to the energies. And from what I can understand, I can't find any other systems that work this way. Now I've mentioned, hang on a sec, this is a shamanic practice. The shamanic practices that use this system have been using this for thousands of years, and they have acted their light bodies via the use of plant medicines. Now, this does not mean going for one session. I'm talking about the shamans, not the people that try it. The shamans practice for many, many years to get this right. And it's quite a dangerous practice going with plant medicines. I say dangerous on Western terms, not on shamanic terms. The way we go about this is purely on an energetic level, because you don't actually need the plant medicines to activate these energies. You don't need Kundalini activation to activate these energies, because these energies are almost like codes, activation codes, a bit like in Reiki, although you don't need symbols. Now, when I say codes, we're not talking about zeros and ones or a telephone number. We're talking about frequencies of energy. So when we say activations, we could also call them initiations. If you're interested in becoming an energy healer, using light body energy, using this assemblage bubble, then you might want to think about joining the course. Maybe it's for yourself, maybe it's to help others, to feel this, to activate it, to be able to spread it throughout the world and help other people. And of course, if you become a facilitator, you can do this. You can do this absolutely free and give it to people for free. You can also use this economically to help yourself as you're helping other people. It's how the world works, after all. So if you're interested in this purely for yourself, don't go into it for monetary purposes. That can be a side benefit of this, because if you go into it purely for monetary benefits, you probably find it's not going to be as fulfilling as you thought it would be, because this is a spiritual process. There is a lot of growth involved. There are ups and downs. I'm not going to sell you this thing that it's all new and shiny and bright and a wonderful experience. There are ups and downs that you have to go through. We do have to clear shadows, blockages, something we have to do constantly. If we work with clients, we have to do it even more in ourselves than we do for them. So if you're interested in learning how to activate your light body, if you're interested in helping other people with this healing energy, sign up for the course.